Welcome back to Scum. Finally it's here, 0.5. We've been waiting for so long. So I'm currently going to check out what it's like, have a look around and check out a couple of new items that come in. The fishing gear, the boats, the rafts, and a few other bits, the automated crossbow and the explosive crossbow bolts or arrows. Check those out. I've jumped in a little cove, got myself a little cabin built up, and look, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, absolutely beautiful. So we'll be zooming around checking out a few of the POIs, the brick factory, and yeah, just a brief scan around the new areas and seeing what it's like. As you can see, the weather system's nice, the sounds are nice, the volumetric clouds. Obviously there's found a few little issues here and there, obviously they'll get ironed out as you go. So we'll have a look at the quick items that have come in, and we'll get onto the transportation, i.e. the boats and stuff like that. There we go, there's one of the motor boats. Looks lovely. So we'll get into that. They've been looking very beautiful in game. Weather's kicking up a little bit. As you can see, it's getting a little bit more choppy out there. Boat's taking off a little bit. But I stuck a couple of bits out on the table we ain't seen, so let's go and have a look. We've got a couple of fishing rods in. We've got a pro and a normal one. Yeah, they look very similar at the minute. Different fishing rods. There is a blue one, which I couldn't find. It seemed to be chucking out another red one. So we've got two sort of pro fishing rods, and we've got an improvised fishing rod there which you can craft, obviously the improvised reel. And in my backpack, which is too small to put on the table, we've got a variety of baits and arrows as well, and hooks. There's obviously the improvised fishing float hook, fish hook and improvised hook that you can craft, and various different hooks that you got for different size fishes, and obviously all your baits here. So your bleakfish bait, sardines, meat bait, your worms, your big float, grasshoppers, sweet corn boilies, and of course cheese. And obviously these are some of the fish you'll be finding out there, from saltwater fish to freshwater fish. There you go, nice big bass and stuff like that. Tuna, that looks a bit small, that one. Nice little chub. A big old catfish. Look at that, lovely pike. And obviously you've got the shark out there now somewhere, so I'm going to have to go for a swim at some stage, and see how calm it's all got now, just from all of a sudden. So I do like the weather shifts, that's really good. Right, so we've got the rat-a-tat crossbow now. You can craft up the magazines, dildo crossbow bolts, God knows, and explosive crossbow bolts. So if you want a bit of fun shooting and blasting puppets, then you can craft yourself up that thing. Hey, like I said, you've got the boats as well that have come in now, the motorboat. You should probably be able to find when it runs out of fuel, you'll be able to paddle your ass upriver. Does have a bit of storage, but basically about the same as the quad, I would say. And you can't fit a chest in there, so you're going to have to be careful what you're going to be carrying and ferrying about in that. You're going to struggle a little bit. As I see, sun's coming out now, so you've almost seen the weather change pretty dramatically. You know, go from a bit overcast, choppy seas to nice lovely blue and stuff like that. Right, let's have a quick little look at this crossbow. I put a couple of exploded bolts in there, so let's load her up, see how she rocks. That's crazy. Oh yeah. That's done that whole mag. So yeah, that will just keep pumping them out. That's pretty nuts. Right, yeah, so there you go. You can craft that up. Right, so let's check out the fishing. Let's equip. Yeah, I forgot to mention you got fishing line. So that's for smaller fish, for medium size, and obviously support the biggest fish. So obviously, depending on where you are around the map in the sea, the rivers. So what you need to do is right click, let's take out some medium. Just take out like you would nails or anything like that, and then you can drop that over there. Now, don't seem to have a fishing float. Let's go get that fishing float. Right, so let's equip that. Have the float, so then once your line's on there, then you'll chuck on the float, and then I've got a hook for medium-sized fish, so I'll stick that on there, and let's try grasshopper. There we go, grasshopper, and hold V to go into combat mode. Let's go into first person, and there we go. Well, depending on how long you hold the left mouse button, depending on how long it'll cast out for. Obviously, to reel in is your scroll button, and I think just to strike it's left mouse. There we go. Now you got to try and somehow. Line broke. Damn, that's tricky. Let's take out some heavy line. And obviously, you lose your float art every time. Right, and you'll also have these little fishing floater boxes that you can find around the island. Right, another cricket on there. Oh no, I've got to put my hook on there, and here we go, small fish hook. There we go, hook, and cricket. Here we go. See if I'll catch a fish. Oh, come on. This is probably my third ever cast in. Oh, I'm going to be chuffed if I get this. No way. There we go. So fishing is doable. So do remember, look out for your hooks. You're probably going to go through quite a few of those and a few floats. So keep an eye out for these boxes as you go, and obviously your line as well. So that's cool. I like the fishing. So let's chop him up. See what we get out of him. Ooh, a nice bit of fillet of fish. Yeah, I'm liking that. I do like the fishing, so we'll be getting more into that. So it's obviously another element to the survival. Food. So yeah, that was the fishing. And there's going to be a bit more to come on that. So skinny will be obviously limited to the size of the fish that I can pull in. So yeah, I'll be giving it a go everywhere I'm around the map. So definitely look out for that. Create your fishing stuff. Get that in your motor so you can stop for a spot of fishing whenever you're about the map. Right, so there's the motorboat. So yeah, it needs a little bit of work with the water. You can't obviously enter it from there. You have to sort of get right on top of it. And then obviously you've got the option to row when you've run out of juice. Does have a bit of storage, but basically about the same as the quad, I would say. and you can't fit a chest in there, so you're going to have to be careful what you're going to be carrying and ferrying about in that. You're going to struggle a little bit. Alright, so apart from the motorboat, you've got the improvised raft. There we go. So just basic you need for that, and the same with the big improvised raft. For the small one, that's what you're going to need. God, you're going to need a few soda bottles and 10 planks and sticks, and obviously you got some storage on there. You're going to have a little bit of storage, not a lot, so it's sort of less than the quad. And obviously you've got to make yourself a paddle, that's in there. And once you're on, you're going to be a bit vulnerable to whoever's about. There we go. So when you turn, he sort of moves the paddle. It's a little bit slow and long-winded. So you've got different movements. Turning's a little bit tricky. Right, there's also this paddleboard you might come across. Obviously you can see needs a little work with the water. But it will get you to where you're going. Eventually. Right, and then we have the improvised big raft, which you just craft this with basic skill. It's quite a few components. But then on the top of the mast there, you can see the arrow. It tells you which way the wind's blowing. And obviously when you go to go forward, the sail will drop. And it will just slowly take off. So a nice casual ride. And then obviously if you use Q and E, you can obviously get the sail going into the wind best as you need it. And if you hit Shift and C, as you do in any vehicle, you can get into your inventory. There's quite a bit of space in there, so you better transport some goodies if you're looking to build on an island somewhere. Absolutely serene way to travel. Let's see if it'll still keep going while you're off it. Yeah, so you've got to be careful if you come out of drive mode. So a few of you could travel on this, a couple of you keeping an eye out. So you've got a bit of room to move around. Actually picks up quite a nice little bit of speed. Alright, so I wanted to drop in at night time, just so you can see what it's like. You've got the different night cycles, the moon cycles. So, depending on how dark or light it will be at night time, but it's absolutely stunning. It needs a bit of work in the optimization, because it is hitting the FPS pretty hard. But beautiful nonetheless. Gorgeous. So that's a few things that have come in, obviously with the beautiful scenery, as you can see, and look at that, just in time for a sunset. So head down, check out the new areas, the weapons factory down in Z1. There's a town over here, and you've got the shipyard over here. Some lovely turbines up all along here, really sets it off. Bunkers all about and all up the new side. The river's absolutely beautiful up that side. So I'm going to leave it there. Happy hunting and enjoy 0.5, because I sure will be. And and Skinny will be back on an adventure soon. And I'm looking forward to exploring. So until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.